The Zalcrian Empire made their intentions clear when they broadcast the footage across human space. 47 teenage girls from the colony ship Horizon's Dream stood in cages aboard the Imperial flagship, their terrified faces displayed for maximum psychological impact. High Magistrate Korvath addressed the camera with smug satisfaction. "These young humans are now property of the Zalcrian Empire," he declared. "They will serve as entertainment for our nobility. If humanity wishes to negotiate their return, you will surrender 3 colony worlds and pay tribute for the next century. You have 72 hours to comply." The transmission ended with the girls' screams as guards dragged them away. The Zalcrians expected negotiation, desperate pleas, political maneuvering. What they got instead was 48 hours of absolute silence from Earth, followed by a single transmission from Admiral Jackson Hayes. "You have 24 hours to return every girl unharmed. After that, we stop asking." Korvath laughed at the ultimatum. The Zalcrian Empire controlled 200 systems. Humanity held barely 30. The military imbalance was absurd. He ignored the deadline entirely, confident that human weakness would force them to accept his terms. The deadline passed at 0600 Earth Standard Time. At 0601, humanity launched the most coordinated military assault in galactic history. Every human warship, every destroyer, carrier, battleship, and cruiser jumped simultaneously into Zalcrian space. No warnings, no declarations, no mercy. Operation Rescue Dawn had been planned in those 48 hours of silence, mobilizing every military asset humanity possessed. The Zalcrian Defense Fleet at the border never saw it coming. Human ships emerged from jump space already firing, their weapons hot and targeting solutions pre-programmed. Within 90 seconds, the entire border defense grid was debris. But this wasn't about conquest. This was extraction warfare, a purely human concept that the Zalcrians couldn't comprehend. Every attack had one purpose: locate the girls and bring them home. Everything else was acceptable collateral damage. Marine teams breached the Imperial flagship in 12 locations simultaneously. The Zalcrians fought with plasma rifles and energy blades. The humans fought with shotguns, breaching charges, and a fury that made veteran warriors flee in terror. They weren't soldiers anymore. They were fathers, brothers, uncles, fighting for their daughters. Lieutenant Commander Ryan Mitchell found the first group of girls in the detention block, huddled together and crying. "We've got you," he said, his voice cracking. "You're going home. Nobody's going to hurt you again." Behind him, his team systematically executed every Zalcrian guard they encountered. No prisoners, no questions, just methodical, professional violence. The rescue took 8 hours. 47 girls were recovered, bruised, traumatized, but alive. The Zalcrians had made the critical mistake of keeping them together, thinking it would make negotiations easier. Instead, it made extraction possible. When the last evacuation shuttle cleared the flagship, Admiral Hayes gave the order that would define humanity's reputation for centuries: burn it all. The Zalcrian Imperial flagship, pride of their fleet, was vaporized by concentrated nuclear fire. 3 nearby stations suffered the same fate. 17 military installations throughout Zalcrian space were reduced to radioactive dust. The humans weren't trying to win territory. They were sending a message written in atomic fire. High Magistrate Korvath survived the initial assault, trapped in an escape pod recovered by human forces. He was brought before the rescued girls aboard the command carrier Retribution. "You wanted to use children as leverage," Admiral Hayes said coldly. "You thought we'd negotiate like civilized species. Here's something you need to understand about humans, Magistrate. We are civilized right up until you threaten our young. Then we become something much older, much darker." He gestured to the view screen showing the burning remains of Zalcrian military assets. "We will rebuild those stations you destroyed at our borders. We will repair our ships. But you? Your empire will spend the next decade explaining to your people why you started a war you couldn't win over 47 schoolgirls." The girls were returned to their families within a week. The Zalcrian Empire lost 18% of their military capacity in the span of 2 days. They sued for peace immediately, offering reparations and formal apologies. Earth's response was simple: accepted. Touch our children again, and we won't stop until your species is a memory. The galaxy learned a crucial lesson that day. Humanity could be reasoned with, traded with, even befriended. But their young were untouchable, absolute, sacred. The Zalcrians never recovered their former power. But those 47 girls grew up, graduated, and many joined the military. They became admirals, generals, and diplomats who never forgot that humanity had burned an empire to bring them home. Some debts humanity proved were worth any price.